Hi, I'm Devin Spear, and this is my Disruption Weekly recap for August 16th, 2024. We're going to begin with xAI. Their product called Grok is now Grok 2 and Grok 2 Mini. It's a new release from xAI. X is the Twitter, large language model, and it's getting some great results. And I like it. The original Grok kind of sucked, but Grok 2 has a lot of cool features. It has reportedly benchmarked better than the number one leader in the frontier model, OpenAI ChatGPT 4o, and this test here is called the GPQA test. But what's really impressive is their partnership and integration with their new image generation tool partner, a company called Black Forest Labs. Black Forest Labs is really some of the lead engineers from Stability AI, another image generation tool that had left after the CEO departed and started a company, and they've raised some money, and they've got a product that really is great called Flux. Flux 1 is the first release. Flux 1, the image generator, is embedded in Grok 2. Like, you just have to know all these acronyms and what number, 2, 3, 4, 5. But the cool thing is there are no guardrails, and some people don't like this because it can have inappropriate output, like celebrities doing things that they didn't really do. I mean, it's the point of the world. It's the point that we're living in this world of everything is going to be a deep fake. I think this is why Elon has allowed this to come out, and there's going to be, using trademark stuff. Disney, Mickey Mouse doing things that Disney would never approve. So some of that's not cool, but it's unstoppable, and it's going to happen everywhere. And the creativity and the image resolution, the photorealism of the image generator in Grok 2 is great, along with all the other capabilities of Grok 2. Check it out. I think you have to be a premium user of Twitter or X, but play with it. I think you'll be impressed. Also in the AI space for large language models or generative AI is my favorite go-to daily search replacement called Perplexity. Perplexity.ai is what I use to replace DuckDuckGo, or formerly years ago I was a Google search guy. So I use Perplexity as my AI search engine for everything, and I think it's much, much better. They have just announced a partnership with a product called Polymarket. So if you've never seen or played with Polymarket, it is a real world events betting site. But I don't really like the definition of it being betting. It's really just people posing questions, and you see the outcome of probability. It's a probability index around anything. So it could be sports. It also could be political outcomes, elections. But it could be the possibility of a hurricane hitting the East Coast. It could be anything that people propose the query, and then you see people vote on what they think is going to happen. Polymarket has become a go-to destination for people looking to access high-signal, trusted information on an increasingly noisy web. So check out Polymarket just for fun. Imagine how this is going to explode. And then imagine other tools like Perplexity being incorporated, or like Polymarket being incorporated into Perplexity, and then they're allowing all this to be accessible through their API. So in essence, the takeaway would be a mashup of all these other AIs coming together in one place, and you can assume Google, Gemini, and OpenAI, and Microsoft, they're all going to wind up doing the same thing. But this is the first really cool integration for something that's about predictive analytics in the web at mass. There's another cool AI tool called Multi-On, and they have an agent called Agent Q that has just been released to the public. I think it's in limited beta. You have to sign up to be a user. But it is one of the, according to initial feedback and early use, it's one of the most effective agents because it does this thing called self-healing. It's an AI agent that can learn as it goes through tasks. The world of the World Wide Web, the world of the internet is always changing, so it's learning as it goes through a task. They use something called the Monte Carlo tree search, which apparently gives it its ability to critique its own performance and constantly self-improve. So you could register as an early user and be on the wait list, but it's the beginning of agents that are going to be your best friend. It's kind of like having a college intern to do everything for you. Google this week announced or had a live event and made a lot of announcements at Made by Google 2024. They released and revealed everything around the new Pixel phone, Pixel 9, and then their integration of Gemini Live. Gemini is their AI large language model. And here's a long list in the TechCrunch review of the event. A lot of people criticized the Google event because there were a lot of technical errors and problems with the live demos, but they announced a bunch of stuff. Now, in full disclosure, I am a lifelong Apple fanboy. I've owned a Macintosh since 1984. I live on the entire Apple platform, so I don't really get Android. But I think Android is almost 70% of global mobile phone users, so that's a big deal. In the U.S., iOS is the dominant leader, but globally, Android is. And Google wants to incorporate their Gemini AI into everything that the Pixel phone and Android operating system touches. So new hardware, the Pixel Fold, which has a steep price tag, $1,800 for an iPhone. Improved editing magic with AI photos. They announced a new Google Pixel Watch 3, which has an amazing feature called loss of pulse detection. No pulse detected. Call an emergency. Calling for emergency in 19 seconds. It seems kind of funny. It's nothing funny about it. If your heart stops, it'd be nice if your watch could call 911. But it also seems like somebody else would have invented this a long time ago. And I'm sure it'll be in the new Watch OS upgrade from Apple. The Swiss don't really care about that stuff. They figure if your heart stops, you should know. And then on and on and on. There's integrations with a new Pixel weather app, if there's not enough weather apps today already. Excuse me. And then also they've announced upgrades to the Nest thermostat with new AI features. And lastly, in this article is the replacement for Chromecast. It was their streaming TV service. Now they call it Google TV Streamer, again with Gemini AI. So interesting read. If you're a Google fan or an Android fan, you probably have seen the live event, and it's just more integration with artificial intelligence in everything. So not to be left out in the world of robotics, a company called Shake Shack, which I think I've been to a Shake Shack once or twice. It's a hamburger joint, right? They make fast food hamburger stuff. They have announced a partnership with Uber Eats and Serve Robotics. So you can use Uber Eats to get your Shake Shack burger or any other fast food they offer delivered via this little robot. It's premiered in Los Angeles. The company has been there since 2022. And they have plans to have 2,000 robots in operation by the end of 2025, next year. They've had tens of thousands of successful deliveries via Uber Eats, 300 merchants in Los Angeles. Here's what it looks like, the little Serve robot, which runs down the sidewalks and drops off your food or whatever you ordered. And I've never done it, so I think it is, it's integrated with the mobile app, so there's some form of authentication, and it's tracking everything, so no one apparently steals them. But it's the beginning of robotics in everyday life. Why not start with fast food? It makes sense. Look for one near you. And lastly, is in the category of health and wellness. I am also working on and have been researching for now 3 months a lot of wellness and longevity insights and data and trends and companies. I'm focusing mostly on how wellness is going to make a meaningful integration in the real estate world for community developers. But this article is about wellness and longevity in fitness centers. There is a growing, I'd say it's almost an explosion of fitness centers jumping on the wellness bandwagon because disenchanted patients, 70% of whom believe the healthcare system in the United States fails to meet their needs. I think that's true if you ask anybody. Some of the data I've been working on, we are number 66 in terms of our health outcomes, our wellness, 66 globally. That's just below the Ukraine, and we're number 1 in terms of health expenditures. So, a little soapbox there around wellness. But this is using all these fitness companies, and there's a long list here from Equinox to Fitness SE, all the way down the line, some Australian company called Evolt, and then the leader in the gym equipment world, Technogym. They're all using some existing technology that is doing body composition solutions, measuring muscle fat density, but a lot of them are adding what you're going to see in the boutique fitness longevity world, which is biomarkers, everything from DNA to blood analysis, things that you used to do once a year when you had your annual physical. Now people are paying money to do it quarterly. You can do it on your own monthly. I'm a member of 2 or 3 services. Dave Asprey Upgrade Health is one that I like. So they're offering a lot of these new you'd call them healthcare medical modalities inside the fitness environment. It's just part of this movement of technology meeting our physical wellness needs, and this is mind, body, spirit, everything, for one simple reason, which is living longer. I think a lot of human beings would say, if I could live past tomorrow, I would choose to do that. And if the system isn't working for them, they're going to find ways to do it. And the key part of this article is this acronym called HVLP, high value, low price. Everything should be high value, low price. High value, low price, wellness and fitness. So check out your gym and see what new technology they're adding, and sooner or later it's going to be in your home. That's it for this week. Disruption Weekly, August 16th. If you like the newsletter or the video recap, please like it, share it with your friends. Please subscribe, and I will see you again next week.